Hello and welcome to Manga Tora 96, and today we're going to talk about Toaru Majutsu no Indeks. Today's topic will be two characters that have the closest relationships with Mikoto and Misaki respectively. Both of those characters share many similarities, from being close to one of Tokiwadai's level 5's, to both being level 4's themselves and being ignorant of the world at times. While the twin-tailed teleporter shows disturbing affection to Mikoto at times, on the other hand the drill-haired Ojo-sama doesn't have an affection for Misaki on that kind of disturbing level, where she can be overbearing at times. I'm of course talking about Shirai Kuroko and Hokaze Junko. But before we start, here's the spoiler warning, as we'll be spoiling a lot of things in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I would highly recommend that you go and read the light novel, as it is an enjoyable read. For everyone else, let's start with who the twin-tailed teleporter is. Shirai Kuroko is a level 4 esper and a student at Tokiwadai Middle School, as well as a member of Judgment. She can usually be found accompanying the 3rd ranked level 5 esper Misaka Mikoto, her best friend, partner and roommate. Though a minor character in Toaru Majutsu no Indeks, she gets a starring role alongside Mikoto in the Toaru Gaku no Railgun side story. Kuroko can be described as a girl living in the future. She is used to the world 30 years from now, portrayed by Academy City, and is ignorant to the customs that present-day Japan still practices, like the love umbrella, which students usually use to link their names to the name of their crush, and the conventional technology outside Academy City. Aside from being a girl with a modernistic outlook, she can also be blunt when giving her opinions, and this has caused her to be at odds with Uharu once. Another distinguishing characteristic of Kuroko is her feelings of romantic love towards Mikoto. In the ongoing Railgun manga, her affections appear to be genuine and that she is truly in love with Mikoto. She even allows herself to get severely hurt in order to do what she can do to help Mikoto. She is also regarded as Mikoto's best friend. Although usually laid back and friendly, Kuroko portrays determination and confidence in her own abilities when she encounters enemies, even to those who she knows is more powerful than herself. To her credit, she is an honorable girl who keeps her word, is kind to children, and shares with Mikoto and Toma the same ironclad sense of justice that makes neither of them ever back down in the face of adversity. According to a particular rumor concerning her and Mikoto, there is this horrific teleporter in Judgment who'll tear apart your body and soul if she catches you, and there's another that rules over the teleporter's body and soul, the strongest Electromaster. Although Kuroko had no knowledge of this rumor until a robber she took down told her about it. She can also be close-minded at times, refusing to believe in urban legends without any concrete evidence, and even then it will still take some time for Kuroko to accept it. Examples include the boy with the power to make other powers stop working, despite knowing him personally, and it was not until she saw the effects of the level upper that she began to suspect it, and even then it was only after seeing it considerable amount of times. She doesn't seem to like the idea of gemstones, believing that such a phenomenon couldn't be possible without the power curriculum program. As for her past, not much is known about her past before entering Tokiwadai, but her family ran a major chain of convenience stores. A year before she entered the prestige Tokiwadai school, Kuroko joined Judgment, a special public commit group whose duty is to maintain peace and order in Academy City. The first major case she handled, along with Uiharu and Konori, was the arrest of a bank robber who can use the Esper ability Equal Speed. Despite her young age, she stood up to the much older Esper and was beaten up in the process, although a particular bolt of lightning saved her from imminent danger. In April of the current year of the timeline, Kuroko enrolls in Tokiwadai Middle School. She later falls in love with Misaki Mikoto, calling her One-sama, and then forces her way into her dorm, evicting Mikoto's roommate. The both of them later get punished for this act, but Kuroko stays as her roommate regardlessly. As for her abilities, her ability is called Teleport. Such an ability allows her to teleport herself and anything in her possession a certain distance in the blink of an eye. In Volume 8 it is stated that her powers do have limits, being able to transport a total weight of 130 kilograms to a distance of 81.5 meters from herself. It was revealed in volume 3 of the Toaru no Railgun manga that before she went to Tokiwadai, she could teleport objects and other people, but not herself. She was eventually able to teleport herself sometimes after enrolling in Tokiwadai. Not only is she able to teleport objects inside designed targets, allowing her to throw the darts she carries on her tights with perfect accuracy, but she can also change their resulting orientation, shown when she teleported a standing Uharu above a standing Mikoto, such that their heads would collide. One disadvantage of her power is that she has to concentrate on where she, the object, and a person she holds will be teleported to, while working out the spatial co-coordinates of jumping between 3-dimensional and 11-dimensional space, so any disturbance in her concentration will render her powers useless, as demonstrated in her fight against Sherry Cromwell. According to Kozaku Mitori, there is a 1-second lag when constantly using her powers in fights, leaving her vulnerable in that 1-second interval before teleporting again. The 1-second teleportation lag is not referenced in the anime, due to Kuroko's teleportation only have delays up to a minimum of 0.4 seconds, obviously seen where she teleports Keitsa in Misaki 10032 and then teleports quickly again when she gets attacked by Mitori's shadow puppet with a delay of approximately 0.4 seconds. As for her relationship with Mikoto, she has been apparently in love with Mikoto for a long time, whom she calls Onesama. When she has the chance, she keeps a constant lookout for a chance to get physically intimate with Mikoto, getting called a pervert and electrocuted in the process, and then tends to get jealous if someone else gets her attention. Those attempts have toned down in the manga. Despite her overzealous attempts at gaining Mikoto's favor, her affection appears to be genuine. It has been shown on a few occasions that she is genuinely in love with Mikoto, even allowing herself to get severely injured and hurt in order to help Mikoto. She is also regarded as Mikoto's best friend. Moving on to the drill-haired girl. Hokaze Junko is a recurring character in Toaru no Railgun and the main character of the side story Astral Body, from which her name is finally revealed. Once only known as the Ringlet Curl Girl, also known as the Drill Hair Girl, she is a third-year student of Tokiwadai Middle School and the most prominent and arguably the most loyal member of Shokuho's Misaki's clique. She acts like a proper Ojo-sama. She greatly admires Misaki and is concerned for Misaki whenever something concerning her happens, such as refusing to give her sweets to preserve her figure, and stepping in for when Kate's knuckleband try to strike a conversation with Misaki. Indeed, even without being ordered to, she is willing to go to Misaki if she notices something is amiss and freely offers to aid her even without knowing any details about the current situation. Outside of Misaki's clique, she can be described as kind but naive, believing that she can make Misaki and Mikoto get along, as well as being unable to comprehend the lewd nature of Aogami Pierce's conversation regarding his dream with Misaki and Mikoto. She is also a fan of Geikota, to the point that she has Geikota underwear and is unable to choose between Misaki and Geikota. As for her past, Junko was originally a subject of the ESPA Research Laboratory Ideal, part of the Clone Dolly project, alongside others including the Yumeya sister, Mitsuri Aya, Shokuho Misaki, and even the young ghost girl herself, Yuri Senya. Her power meant that she was at risk of harming people who got close to her, so she told others to stay away. Even at this stage, she had a destructive output in the level 5 range. Her power also caused her painful cluster headaches every day. Misaki approached her nevertheless and used her own power to relieve her pain, where she was still hesitant in allowing the other girls to get close to her for the fear of hurting them with her powers. Later, she will become part of the experiment that will create the ideal power, the reason why Clone Dolly Ideal was created in the first place. She was put unconscious as Senya's power was allowed to interfere with her and the other girls' personal relatives. As a result, a monster was created from the myriad personal relates that had fused with the AIM being that was the core to Senya's power and possessed one of the researchers. It goes on a rampage and hurts both Yumiya Iruka and Yumiya Rako, the former losing an eye in the process. Junko later wakes up and uses her powers to fight the monster, but it had regenerative power like her. Junko later experiences another headache at the worst moment and is unable to fight any longer, where she is saved by the intervention of Tomine Kanari, who is fatally wounded by an attack, allowing Ayo to use her powers to exorcise the researchers. Junko and Ayo witness her final moments with Tomine patting Junko's head in comfort one last time. Sometime later, Junko enrolls in Tokiwadai Middle School. She is considered to be the number 2 member of Shokoku Misaki's clique and manages the clique on behalf of its more uncontrollable and less fair leader. Prior to having her ringlet curls, Junko had twin braided hair, that is until the beginning of spring of the current year of the timeline, where she goes to Michibita's salon, where he gives her ringlet curls. She was rejected until she found out that Misaki, the queen, was alright with it. Junko wore the ringlet curls since then, though she would wear braids before sleeping. As for her abilities, her ability is called Rampage Dress, a level 4 Esper ability that enables her to manipulate the electrical signals in her cells to draw out further strength. This allows her to strengthen her senses of smell by increasing the sensitivity of her olfactory cells, or to perform superhuman maneuvers by boosting her muscle cells, where, due to the nature of her ability, it does not protect her from any injury caused by straining parts of her body in the process. By using negative potential to deflect the negatively charged electrons, Junko can create a positive space charge layer, ion sheet, which retains the plasma excitement and lowers its energy level. It can block most of the damage from one of Sugita's attacks. Rampage Dress can seemingly do much more than strengthening the body. She is able to use it to block countless laser fired by Iruka's wave conductor ability. This is later revealed to be her having high level body strengthening and regeneration, allowing her to quickly heal her wounds. Her wounds heal so fast that during her time in Ideal, people believe she has never been injured, where there is a price, as the rapid cell division and injury and healing place a heavy burden on her mind and body, taking the form of pain, specifically cluster headaches, and affecting the usage of her power. According to Tomine, the potential into becoming a level 5 had been detected in her powers, but her subconscious defense instinct prevent her from drawing out her full power. Since Junko never again experienced her cluster headaches after Misaki used her powers on her, it is unknown to what extent her powers have been affected as Iruki's tiny lasers didn't hurt her at all. Though she still can be injured, like when she sprained her ankle or that she is simply holding back. Junko has knowledge of martial arts and body control techniques due to her father providing her with books and videos on those things, and uses this knowledge to do more efficiently use her power. Her natural athletic sense and excellent mind allows her to utilize this knowledge in those books. With this, I covered everything that I wanted to cover on those two. And that will be all for this video. If you like this video, leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments below, or subscribe to the channel for more manga reviews and One Piece content. And until next time, take care.